조시들의 산재가 롱지 나나 산재가 재미봐 이래서 상하쪽 세주 오마가들이 감성 생긴 담제를 자쪽 생주 소방벌 아시들이
Tashidele to all, and I offer you the milk tea of four immeasurables in the Buddha's begging bowl, and I offer you the immeasurable loves.
Page 1 in the opening, in the prayer book, the yellow prayer book. All mother sentient beings.
Manam Kadanyam Besim Jedam Jedeva Dante Donga Danjan Yurdulaname Yanda Bado Besanjo Rinpoche Tobarso.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
Solam Devjin Japsanje, Jedang Hanje Desheje, Sancho Tune Jebata, Sancho Sembela Bala, Dedarim Jene Bata, Devjin Dola Pendonda, Sancho Semne Jebjeje, I
take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas, just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to Bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path. So shall I give rise to Bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas, just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to Bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path. So shall I give rise to Bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path.
Sanje Chudan Soje Chonanda, Sancho Bardo Dane Japsunje, Dagbe Jin Sojen Besunamje, Nola Pensa Sanje Debarsho.
Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Page 4 in the concise thousand-armed Chenrezig text. Namo Lokeshvara, Dharmakaya, the unelaborated reality, protector boundless light, Sambhogakaya, loving supreme noble Chenrezig, Nirmanakaya, Dharma King Songtsen Gampo, we supplicate you, please grant your blessings. The root lamas possessing the three kindnesses, with the supreme lamas of the oral transmission and treasure teachings, we supplicate you. Please grant your blessings. Please grant the ordinary and highest accomplishments.
Om Mahadodahaya Om Pe Om Sobhavashuddha Sarvadharma Sobhavashuddha Om Le Om Le Som Rinpoche No Yang Shen Ja Che Ve Nan Om Ahong Shava Le Som Durma Tan Shen Toba Me Sapa Me Be Deva Che Ba Jin Nu Nam Kha Tha Ta Nyam Ba Ju.
From emptiness arises an Om, which transforms into a precious container, broad and vast. Within this are Om Ahung, which melt and transform into a pure, unlimited, uncontaminated Torma, extensive as the sky, capable of giving rise to special, ultimate, great bliss.
Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Ahung, Om Agaramogansar, Dharmana Ade Dubena Duda, Om Ahung Besova, Om Agaramogansar. so Oma Akara Mokan Sarva Dhamma Nade Dube Naduda Oma Ahu Besova Nama Sarva Tadanga Avaloketa Om Sambara Sambara Nama Sarva Tadanga Avaloketa Om Sambara Sambara Nama Sarva Tadanga Avaloketa Om Sambara Sambara Yom Dende Devjen Sheba Renchi Mangla Samsalo Devjen Sheba Zongzen Tambala Samsalo Devjen Sheba Kunjam Lela Samsalo Devjen Sheba Jeba Tamjeta Yonsa Tarvela Samsalo
I pay homage to the exalted Tathagata Rinchen Mang. I pay homage to the Tathagata Zuje Dampa. I pay homage to the Tathagata Kyudyam Le. I pay homage to the Tathagata Jigpa Tamche Dang Yongsu Dralwa La.
Gajen Temo Javaye Jombo Namdan Shazata Simbo Shachen Savata Simchen Namban Hatsota Junshen Keba Soneba Tetan Tela Tormane Zava Shanchan La Pota Dechen Deva Mamboda Chupan Deyen Guzula Nuba Samba Shevata Simchen Namla Pimbasen Sindren Sinche Jibaje Jinshen Jinshen Tunle Chipjoje Tarshin Yanda Dongla Sambajo Jumbo Kunam Chepa Papate Gelong Gejo Te Antam Zete Sinje Menje Kanyambe Sove Sola Kunjanzo Range Lula Pelonga Jena Nuba Mazzeje Chenbang Chunga Kandake Lulang Banazebe Netanya Sundula Dunchurange Nesude.
The middle of page 6. Spirits who wander by night, all jungpo and flesh-eaters, sinpo who consume raw meat, various types of beings, those who abide in the thin branches of trees, and so forth. For these individuals and others in this torma, made of meat, beer, radish, and mashed rice, many kinds of fruit, please enjoy this offering. Pacify your harmful thoughts. From now on, develop the intention to help others. Practice Dharma like an ornament. Hold perfect samaya and pure vows. Renounce chastising any jungpo. Be ordained Shramanas or Brahmins. Everyone is afraid of weapons, and everyone values their own life. Take your own life as an example and avoid causing harm to others. Om, all you spirits, strong or weak, to fully eliminate illness, especially dangerous to the body, return to your own abodes. From emptiness arises a drum syllable that transforms into a precious container. The initial letters of each of the offerings appears and then transforms into the offering substances with the nature of emptiness. Through contemplation, they transform into an unlimited cloud of offerings, which has the power to produce never-ending happiness. In order to liberate all sentient beings abiding in samsara from the ocean of suffering, I will meditate on the mandala of the Great Compassionate One. In my heart is a palm which transforms into a lotus, and an ah which transforms into a moon cushion. On it is a vivid white free radiating light. The light invites the lamas and the deities of the Great Compassionate One, surrounded by the assemblies of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas into the sky in front, to be seated upon a lotus and moon cushions.
Ranjene
Page 11. All Lamas existing in the three times, the deities of the Mandala of the Great Compassionate One, with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, in order to eliminate the suffering of all beings in samsara, please come from your natural abodes. Please be seated here on the cushions of lotus, moon, and sun. I respectfully prostrate with body, speech, and mind. Accept these holy offerings, real and imagined. From prior lifetimes until now, I acknowledge and confess. I rejoice in the roots of virtue of ordinary people, Shravakas, Prachika Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas of the three times. For all living beings, please turn the wheel of Dharma of the direct oral teachings of the victors of the three times. Those who wish for parinirvana will not benefit beings. Please accept my request that you remain to benefit beings. May I and others, accumulating the roots of virtue, achieve the unexcelled perfect enlightenment.
Dena donga dan java savu Deva dan teva savu Cha dan java dan yola Neva savu Kam san red Ve sim chen donga De tam chen ye je De kung ha dan java savu Deva dan teva savu Cha dan java dan yola
I have great compassion for all those who are suffering, the sentient beings of the 6 realms of the 3 worlds. May they be separated from suffering. May they have happiness. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. The visualized field of accumulation of merit dissolves into me.
Om Sobhava Shuddha Sarvada Sobhava Shuddha Sanang Chungu Bozong Wadan Zembe Dube Chumche Ranjen Dab
All inner and outer phenomenal things subsumed into subject and object are purified into the nature of the natural purity.
Om Shunyadajan Menza Soba Emagoha Om Soba Vajud Sarvadharm Soba Shudava Dombe Nande Shayekar Yong Se Churbale Papa Chenrezig Sadon Jendon Karbo Chukur Shas Harsan Longa Jebe Shas Manho Jebe Shas Chukur Jebe Shas Oba Med Godan Joje Go Save Chukur Sabje Save Sanye Tokar Dharmoja Devo Manina Chenwada Bemazem Devo Manin Kolo Darewa Chendozem Devo Manina Chirjin Jesat Rinpoche Devo Manina Chukutantal Zembavo Yen La Longa Sasum Nege Je Jurgun Rinpoche Shakpa Longze Rad Durje Jadam Chushe Mesh Dajo Joma Ngaya Pupam Badat Chenwa Pe Mamubu Nyamadav Pe Maka Zembavo Yunje Chugun Jinjem Lo Pe Maseb Rade Tonkar Tuyong Chen Cheva Dorje Jalje Seze Chuguja Kolo Jujete Jamjen Zambor Ramboji Sarje Zembao Nyela Chuko Sato Chujin Jasa Jan Zebede Jindere Sarve Dojo Simchena Tuje Sore Me Yamba Zeba Nina Tunla Yurda Zimba Ho Dendame Rinpoche Nasobe Virgin Hin Gurjin Bonjin God Simo Do Dosha Sadhu Shad Lasobe Zeba Dana Soje Doyo Tameyo Tarjans Love Love No Jambo Sony Peze Jimne Zemba Jimne Tama Shalala Yege Toma Kundo Sansin Jin Chalo Tan 坐我当着我夜间他妈是问人更多该不下界山人不我见用我的变成万人用见他妈么更多么不下界山 这些个见成我的用被妈妈的人的当人不见那做白天心，对那个这先白见，中个有吧，要见他马上见他完他，共同嘛不上你等啊等。 萨迦金阳白真不中个有，三八这八诸个桥，见诺萨班达，涅兰的那也高的这当不在的，灭法的用上上，马涅干部见苦罗金巴没就巴。 也把有妈妈跟我，一种就也不知道，真的把我的人，还不是在昨天，我接当顿班他往他也当结巴，永固干么你满么也别么，有把都有这把。 这把的用上这个，你就这家长将这个就这全部的，就你把的用些人，把人什么干部的，这个那要点的，用当用这这当心的。 人皆当人的都被见见，不当人的见目中个有吧。
Back to page 14. From emptiness arises a white tree which completely transforms into the noble Chenrezig, with 1,000 arms and 1,000 eyes, with a white body and 11 faces, 3 peaceful faces of the Dharmakaya, 3 smiling faces of the Sambhogakaya, 2 dark red semi-wrathful faces, 2 wrathful faces of the Nirmanakaya, and in the center Amitabha. The roots of the 10 arms of the Dharmakaya. The 2 main hands are joined at the heart. The next lower 2 hold a mala and lotus. The next 2 hold a wheel and a round anointing vase. On the next lower 2, one is in the mudra of giving and the other holds a jewel. The next lower 2 hold a Nirmanakaya statue and a bow and arrow. The branches are the 38 arms of Sambhogakaya. The 19 right arms hold a jewel, a lasso, an offering bowl, a sword, a cross vajra, a water crystal, a fire crystal, a bow and arrow, a twig, a tail fan, a shield, a vase, an axe, a mala, a blue lotus, a sun, a moon, and a white lotus. The 19 left arms hold a cloud, an anointing vase, a yellow lotus, a white conch sword, a skull staff, a mala, a bell, a vajra, an iron hook, a monk's staff, a Nirmanakaya statue, a celestial palace, a volume of scripture, a wheel, an emanated form, grapes, a red lotus, and an 8-center cornered jewel. The secondary branches are the 1,000 arms of the Nirmanakaya, making the mudra of highest generosity. In the palm of each is an eye of compassion that looks towards all sentient beings of the 6 realms equally and impartially. The 2 legs are standing erect to quickly benefit all sentient beings. The body is adorned with the head ornaments, earrings, short necklace, shoulder ornaments, belt, mid-length necklace, long necklace, bracelets and anklets, and all the various inexpressibly precious jewels, and upper and lower garments of various silks and draped silk clothes. The body is beautified with all the 32 major marks of the 80 minor marks. On the lotus petal in front is this Ahri, transforms into Lamo Yigye Drukma, the 6-syllable mantra goddess, with body color, hand symbols, and ornaments all identical to the main deity. On the petal to the right is the sun, Norbu Dzimpa, jewel holder, with a white body color, 1 face, 2 hands, holding a jewel in the right hand and a pearl mala in the left. On the petal on the left is the daughter Rignad Zinma, holder of the mantra, with white body color, 1 face, 2 hands, holding a crystal mala in the right hand and a lotus in the left. These 3 wear silks and various jewels. The legs are in the sattva posture in the manner of paying homage. On the rear petal is the Buddha Amitabha, with red body in color, 2 hands in the meditation posture, sitting in the Vajra posture, ornamented with the major and minor marks of the Buddha, and with all the aspects of the Nirmanakaya. There are 12 outer petals of the lotus. On the petals, starting from the front, circling to the right, are, first, Vairochana, and second, the mother Buddha Lochana, both white in color, holding a wheel in the right hand. Third, Akshobhya, and fourth, mother Mamaki, both blue in color, holding a vajra in the right hand. Fifth, Ratnasambhava, and sixth, the mother Samatabhadri, both yellow in color, holding a jewel in the right hand. Seventh, Amitabha, and eighth, the mother Pantara, both red in color, holding a lotus in the right hand. Ninth, Amoghasiddhi, and 10th, the mother Tara, both green in color, holding a cross vajra in the right hand. 11th, Avalokiteshvara, Mahakarunika, and 12th, the mother Prajna Paramita, both white in color, holding a lotus in the right hand. Regarding all of the above, the male has the left hand supported on a cushion. The female has the left in the mudra of great generosity. The right hands all hold the hand symbols at the heart. They are ornamented with silks and various jewels, and the legs are in the sattva posture.
见长八九。
Page 19. In the courtyard of the palace are the 1,002 Buddhas of the 3 times in the form of bodhisattvas. In the eastern door is the Buddha of the gods, Gya Jin, extensive generosity, white, holding a guitar, piwang, in both hands, and the Buddha of the demigods, Tagzang Rig, splendid robe, blue, holding armor. In the southern door is the Buddha of humans, Shakyamuni, yellow, holding an offering bowl. In the western door is the Buddha of the animals, Sakya Senge, black, holding a volume of scripture, and the Buddhas of the hungry ghost, Nankadzo, sky treasure, red, holding a treasure box. In the northern door is the Buddha of the hell beings, Chugyel, Dharma King, black, holding fire and water. These 6 have the form of the Nirmanakaya with all the major and minor marks and wearing the 3 Dharma robes standing erect. I transform into the hero Hayagriva. Then, in an instant, I clearly arise identical in form to the main deity generated in front, Chenrezig. The main deity generated in front has in the heart a white lotus and a moon circle. In the center of this is a white tree, radiating light, inviting the deities of the great compassionate one, identical to the meditation deities in their natural abodes, into the sky in front. Free from the highest abode of the natural spontaneous realization, unmoving from the realm of the unborn Dharmakaya, yet the form of the body manifests in a body to benefit beings. Please come here through the power of compassion. Free, great compassionate one, with your retinue to benefit all sentient beings without exception. May your compassionate thought stay close to me. Grant the blessings of remaining because of the power of your heart pledge. Free. In the Dharmakaya there is no duality. manifesting the Sambhoga Kaya form to benefit beings, manifesting everywhere compassionately in the Nirmanakaya form to benefit beings. I prostrate to the deity with the wisdom of the three Kayas. Hri, to the mandala of the Great Compassionate One, beyond the torment of the afflictive emotions of hunger and thirst, in order for us to gather the accumulations of wisdom and merit, please accept this offering with delight. Please accept these various outer offerings of water for the face and feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and music. Pre, auspicious goddesses fill the realm of space, presenting all phenomena of form, sound, smell, taste, and touch as offerings to delight the deities of the mandala. Please bless us by accepting this with delight. Pre, there is no duality in the wisdom body, yet appearing as duality of the wisdom of Samaya beings. Please remain in the state of non-duality to perfectly perform the enlightened activities for the benefit of beings.
Bawara Ganga Yeshenga Yekuyone Jawara Omene Rejata Pavanga Sanjelo Ranga Yeshenga Ngudro.
Free from the 5 bodies abiding in the bodies of the 5 wisdoms, the 5 victors arise in the form of Ogmin realm, Akanishta. May I be blessed by the empowering Lord of the family. May the 5 families grant the realizations and the 5 wisdoms.
Om Hong So Aha Abekenza Wan Go Dobje Dandonje La Namje Vala Wandoaren Wajen Barju.
Thus accomplish the empowerment, the 5 families Buddha's ornament of the head of myself, and the deities in front as an indication of having bestowed the empowerment. Hri, in order to be one with the body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, bless my body, speech, and mind, and seal by the blessing empowerment. In myself and the main deity, along with the Mandala deities generated in front. At the forehead is a white Om, and in the throat a red Ah, and at the heart a blue Hung, which become the nature of the Vajra body, speech, and mind. Hri, great compassionate one, deity of wisdom deities, Yige Drukma, the 6 syllables, wisdom source mother, Norbu Dzimpa, jewel holder, the prince who practices the supreme method, Rigzen Zimba, holder of the mantra, the princess who practices wisdom, deities not produced but primordially undifferentiated from myself. I praise and prostrate to the bodies of the 4 wisdom deities, look upon all beings with eyes of great compassion. Vairochana Dharmadhatu wisdom, Akshobhya Vajra mirror wisdom, Ratnasambhava equanimity wisdom, Amitabha discriminating wisdom, Amagosiddhi all-accomplishing wisdom. I praise and prostrate to the 5 wisdoms and the 5 bodies.
Manada Manada Vardaya Om Rajama Manada Vardaya Om Rajara Manada Vardaya Om Rajara Manada Vardaya Om Rajara Manada Vardaya Om Shape Manada Shore 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 Om Yadharma Hedada Hede Degan Dadanga Da Heo Wade Degan Dayon Hero Namade Ma Shamana Yeso Om Yadharma Hedada Baba Hede Degan Dada Heo Wade Degan Dayon Hero Namade Ma Shamana Yeso Om Yadharma Hedada Baba Hede Degan Niwa de ganza yo naro de amate ma shamana yeso. O yadharma hedo da bava hede de ganza danda. Eo wa de ganza yo naro amate ma shamana yeso. O yadharma hedo da bava hede. Tatanga da heo wa de ganza. Rada Amade Mahamudra Yogis Yadharma Hedo Hede Degen Dadanga Da Heo Wade Degen Niroda Amade Mahamudra Yogis Lunga ije drapaja tukje chenpe gombang la ku dosam je ten kanje nujo tam tukje chenpe la so sa je tam je lunje so de tongkor tam je je yege jo derwa da ju men che da yin bar ju
28. At my heart is a Hri circled by the 6-syllable mantra radiating light. At the heart of the deities generated in front is a moon disk with a Hri in the center with the 6-syllable mantra radiating light to all directions, making offerings to delight the body, speech, and mind of all the Sugatas of the 10 directions. All the blessings return. The obscurations of body, speech, and mind of all the beings of the 3 realms are purified by the light illuminating them, and they are established in the state of the great compassionate one. All the beings and realms of the universe become the deities of the great compassionate one. All these, myself, the main deity, the Mandala deities generated in front, recite the 6-syllable mantra continuously, roaring like 1,000 thunderclaps.
Dile da juno na badala patren ma da ko ni an kang chi chi cho ma bo che che yin na ne ga zo de le da za ma de ma ma de ko ma chen se la de da da ma ma bo yo le ma da ma da ro kang chen go ju ma ba da ma da ta tok dong ga le un din chu wa le sa le do le xi ga xi ge se le za chi mo da chu wa de ren ma de so ji me zo wo chu ma jo so da 这上我就干的，我年轻嘛的，我等起码起码的些个月嘞，我等起码都没叫了，能多少没多少啊嘞的，这东西些讲啊，没多少的被查人，他们跟那里进那样，他们什么用嘛嘞？这个从咱们国家个，从咱们地方这里。 我做过说那么多，现在做话是有的，那么多改个多，我起码得个呢，上天起码得给，以前呢，白色红我的白菜呀，这白菜的大话起码，白菜的大生意làm的，多半你的，多半你的家里人下流个，下流话的了，我的人妈的可能说嘛，多你人的下流个的。 这都好过的，到你样呢，怎么没有他的？这谁拉的？这是他家个有的，别人来过是他家呢。我你拉个的，这啥的，长人家，这些咱们怎么的？妈的，拉的这东西吧，这是他家，都东西吧，干啥也给，这到我住去了。哦，拉的山上的，拉的山上去，真地着我的，这里我这里就吃不下过来。 我第一都是他们的，俺们是他们的，结果的地呢，你俺咱们这有的，也他妈还都找包的，所以有的，这点不是进步，这点不是进步开始的，他懂的点不是进步懂的，全部都是这里送的这些个有的，把这有啥的， 이 돈 되는 탁탁 대비지 못하네. 라게 샘의 용선들지. 라게 샘들 닦아도 다지니 우들이 싸왔네 우리. 다지님도 상 되게 토스네. 이 가래나 강을 똥바니 이런 거 때려 찌양로가 예서 다부 세도 돈이 뒤에 받고 요리 그래서 돈을 나도 보면 나와서 되는 받았어 거래. 이 슬랍지거든. 돈을 받고 거래. 이 슬랍라브래구나. 저와 슬랍들이 들이 조금만 그런 거 없어서 생각보다 심한데 식고 그런 작업인데 저 타오는 놈들이 조금 되고 막 그런 거 없지도 또 이래.
So I'd like to say Tashitale to all my Dharma friends. So I don't have so much to say today, just have a few things I wanted to offer. So it's sort of a key point in terms of some key points. So there's, we're visualizing a deity, we're reciting mantra, and engaging in these visualizations. So there's many aspects here. There's many deities, there's many mantras being recited, there's many points of focus for the visualization. And so we might get, we could get caught up in all of these, all of the implements, all of the ornaments. This deity has like a flower garland, a flower mala, and maybe we're even getting caught up in like clinging to the characteristics of this as tangible, kind of concretizing them as tangible things. So, for example, it's like a flower mala, and so maybe we're concretizing or reifying this mala of flowers. Of course, this isn't truly existing on the ultimate level. It has no true existence whatsoever. And on the relative level, it just appears. But the mind, it's only our mind and only on the relative level that there is this habitual pattern to concretize the characteristics of apparent phenomena, to concretize the tangibility of apparent phenomena. This is just a habitual pattern. It's just an imprint to have that concretization. Actually, everything is just emptiness. And because it's emptiness, it can appear as anything. Because it's emptiness, it can appear as anything. So if we wonder, if we're struggling or wondering in our mind, is this really real? Is it really like that? It's not. It's not really real. It's not really like that. And so we should practice with the spirit of no grasping. And so this is the point of visualizing the deity, visualizing ourself as the deity. It is to be done in the context of no grasping. And so to visualize Chenrezig in that spirit has great blessings. And then there's also this. So then also we recite at the top of page 28 this the mantra of interdependence, the mantra of the essence of interdependence, which we recite at the top of page 28. And so this also, ultimately, the Dharma as it is taught, is to fully tame our own mind. And so in that spirit, then the actual true state of the mind is that there's no duality. There's no self and other. These are not really real as two things. So we have to scatter. We have to scatter and overcome this tendency to cling dualistically to self and other. So because things are empty, anything can appear. Because of being empty, phenomena can appear as anything or in any way. And so this has great blessings to meditate in this way. And we need emptiness. We need to remember this key point of emptiness. And so as our mind meditates on the mantra chain or the mantra circling, then we need to remember this. And basically, it is like ice melting. Again, in order to melt ice, we can put ice in hot water, and then it naturally melts. So in terms of the mantra element as well, so there's many mantras, many syllables and many mantras included in these practices, but we can think of it in a very essential form as coming down to just the syllables Om, Ah, and Hong. Actually, we kind of only need to meditate on Om, Ah, and Hong. There's so many different mantras for these various deities, but with just Om, Ah, and Hong captures the essence. Specifically, even Hong. Even if we can just meditate on our own mind as the seed syllable Hong, in Hong there is no self. In Hong there is no other. And so without any self and other, the mind is like the sky. And so only by meditating on Hong, then we can just remain in that sky-like meditation. And in terms of the fruit, in terms of the fruition, ultimately the result of this is the level of awakening, the level of Buddhahood. And so that is what we need to attain, is the fruit of this practice. And so the mind, in the end, is the Buddha. The mind, this final nature of the mind, is the Buddha. And so, we don't need to fixate on, is it substantial or is it not substantial? Basically, the mind itself is like the sky. The mind is like the sky, and so in the sky there is no questions of is it substantial or is it not substantial. And so basically there's many different methods. All these different methods are described here, but really just with Oma Hong, really just with Hong, just meditating on Hong, then if we can really understand the significance of that, it's like we can understand all sadhanas.
yang nga sarma de nyuma ji par chepar te sa yore nga sarma na ta de ga ji le che le ni talung de tong gong le talung de ne ga ji te ni de le de song yore ga ji te le ni sa chi go nam jor ji le de yore ga ji te je ba de nam jor ji to de yore te chi tu da ro je go me te ma nyuma de na je gon do gore 이나 이제 가래디 다보 줄하데 오시 님바 들이 라데 지보차 도보는지 차 내와니 바디 들이 드바들이 들이 셈지 탐세를 대시 뭐바 시 드바디 들이 드치는 뭐 셈지 탐세 제리 사게에 하고리 돈다 이제 하고리 니좀 이나 이제 거리 다고서 마님마가 사마 가게 공들랑 게 제베치 바리 라고 셈을 제베치 바리 세대 들들이 양
So when it comes to reciting mantra, there are said to be 9 benefits to the recitation of mantra. And in fact, when we talk about mantra recitation, there's a little bit of a difference between the sarma and the nyingma approaches to mantra recitation. In other words, the new transmission and the old transmission school's explanation of mantra recitation. So from the sarma, or the new transmission perspective, then there's a connection to tsalung, the practice of the channels and the winds, the nadis and the prana. And specifically, mantra recitation is done in the context of like the 4 joys, which is connected to the practices of the winds and the channels. And so also then we practice mantra recitation and move through these 4 yogas of Mahamudra, one-pointedness, simplicity, one taste, and non-meditation. And so this is the approach described in the Sarma schools. And then in the Nyingma school, the mantra recitation is associated with these 4 levels of approach: close approach, attainment, and great attainment. And then from the Nyingma perspective, in terms of these 4 levels, then the first level of approach is like recognizing the deity, and the close approach could be like making friends with the deity. And then the third level of attainment is like recognizing that the all sentient beings possess the Buddha nature. And then finally, the level of great attainment. And then the level of great attainment is like all sentient beings manifesting or actualizing their Buddha nature. And so again, there's these differences in the Sarma, or the new translation school's approach. Then the mantra recitation is done in the context of the four joys, and then in the Nyingma approach, according to these four levels. But in the end, the result is the same. It all leads to a result that can be found in one's own mind.
남친 사람이 곰통 도트 다주 니반도 songs 장가를 맞듯이 남친 사람이 나 곰통 니바래지 다 남친데 호르트라 오다 코들 고는 거들 샘냠도 되게도 남친이 어떻게 코디 타고 가리콜 트리 조고 코들 막 무서워다 남디 헬리콥터 소관이 딱 포트를 다 잡아라 songs 어들이 나또 다치로 거들 남조절에 양재 버리대 야 니바 니와치바 잡아 되들 오지 자들은 잡을 감좀 잡송스 감좀 잡송이 감좀 잡으다 삼지기 삼바침이 차원들이 줍치들 오 습지 삼지 되게 임보래지 오늘 성좀 다다다는 요리 성도 축하한다 우리 고소를 내랑상람자더니 샥주제다 내 가서 때려올 습들지 뭐 거기 성좀 요사요 말이야 하고 줍치지 대도 좋아지 와라 대다 딱 남편도 유니온도 공고 쏟아다 니바 니니 도바 줍치지 대기들아 로제 고메지 들이들아 우리 따로면이 가와 조가 갑자 리지가와서 리지가와 대답이 되는 요리 들이 하다다 미소 잘네
So also we can practice these within the continuity of the four immeasurables: love, compassion, joy, and equanimity, and they all sort of culminate in equanimity, boundless equanimity. So in the nature of the mind, the realization of the true nature of the mind. And so in that nature of the mind, there is no self and other. There is no clinging to self and other. And so from the Samar perspective, the recitation also happens in the context of the four joys. The four joys are associated with the four yogas of Mahamudra. And so in terms of the resultant aspect, so Jitsen Milarepa described the four yogas of Mahamudra as one-pointedness, simplicity, one taste, and non-meditation. He said that non-meditation, the fourth yoga, is the level of awakening or the level of a Buddha. And so in terms of the first yoga, which is the yoga of one-pointedness, then he said in the level of one-pointedness, thoughts are severed at the root. Thoughts are cut at the root in the yoga of one-pointedness. They're suppressed. And then so what he said was at the level of one-pointedness, thoughts are suppressed, and at the level of simplicity, they're cut at the root. Then at the level of one taste, the Rangjong Yeshe, the naturally occurring timeless awareness, or naturally occurring primordial wisdom, is rendered evident. And so this also in the realization of this naturally occurring timeless awareness, Rangjong Yeshe, or naturally occurring primordial wisdom, there is no distinction made. One realizes that there is no difference between self and other. And so for this to occur, to move through these levels, then it's also associated with what is described in the Dzogchen tradition as Shardrol, liberation upon arising. And so as thoughts are liberated upon arising, then eventually they can be, the continuity can be severed at the root. And so it is said in the third yoga of one taste that Ranjing Yishe, or naturally occurring timeless awareness, is rendered evident. So what is this Ranjing Yeshe? What is this naturally occurring timeless awareness? It is like the sky. The sky has always been sort of present naturally since the very beginning. The sky will be there in the same way in the future. The sky is also there in exactly the same way now in the present. And so this is like the sky. Realization of naturally occurring timeless awareness is like realizing the that continuity of the presence of the space or the sky. And so that is what is realized at the level of one taste. And in the sky, there is no distinction between self and other. In the realization of naturally occurring timeless awareness, there is no distinction between self and other. And then at the level of non-meditation, the sky is just naturally and effortlessly realized at all times. And at that point, one is capable of actually benefiting all sentient beings. And so there is no self-grasping whatsoever left at that point. And so the four joys are associated with the four yogas. And then once again, at the level of one-pointedness, thoughts are kind of suppressed. Their power is diminished or suppressed. And then at the level of simplicity, they are completely severed at the root. The continuity of conceptuality is severed at the root. And then at one taste, the naturally occurring timeless awareness, Ranjing Yeshe, or primordial wisdom, is rendered evident. And then doubt falls away. There is no doubt left at that time. And then one's wisdom, mind, can become all-pervasive and unobstructed. And so we can remember in Jetson Milarepa's life story how he was able to fly unimpeded through space or through the sky. So this is an example of the all-pervasive or unobstructedness that is possible at that level of realization. So then also the recitation of mantra follows the four occasions of approach, close approach, accomplishment, and great accomplishment. And so we can associate these. So the approach is related to one-pointedness. And then close approach with simplicity, accomplishment with one taste, and great accomplishment with non-meditation. And so at the level of one taste also, we realize that self and other are the deity. The distinction we make is not real, but in fact, both self and other are actually the nature of the deity. We realize all have the Buddha nature. And then we realize that form, all that appears as form, is actually like the nature of a rainbow. Appears like the nature of a rainbow. And then all sound becomes like the Mani mantra. And so we have to meditate on the mantra for a long time. We have to keep our mind focused on the mantra, the visualization and recitation of the mantra for a long time in order to purify our mind. We must purify our mind. And so as we visualize the mantra revolving around the syllable, it's not necessary to count the mantra that is not the key element. And so we have to cut through the root of conceptuality, of dualistic conceptual mind. We have to cut through the root, and as we move through these levels of approach and close approach and accomplishment. And so at the level of accomplishment, we can pervade the three realms, with our boundless love. And then at the grade of great accomplishment, we are beginning to actualize the Buddha nature, actualizing or manifesting the Buddha nature. So we have to meditate on the mantra chain for a long time. And then also with the four joys, we move through the four joys until finally reaching the spontaneously present joy or innate joy. So I won't say so much today.
Take a break.
nga dile tata kachiga tangka mango dagi yore tangka chotiri ta nga yangdi dema tukde teta wasangwa te mari nga de semen dewa chagore nga yang nipo yina sebdara shoto yore dayang hipo nga ma jimanga dini yindu yo mari dito chua chokkorin chokore dalatini romo yang hipo romo sen chakbo Teratini dini, tata sakini de tukuyore sa, da romone tete, trega full, dragoni, dragoni, roto, hollow jolly, chokoni, Sasuk Seminary, Flying Jokori, the Davyang the Ajang, Tripa Yang the Piyung Chimbo Yinson, there is a young to say on my day, there is young Dakorna, Tantina, Ringing out the photo. Pena was so that Toja, Loyang Hibo Lang, Tinny, Jeff checked out the data, well, Mature so data already. My young Himona, or Lord Mata, Nibu Yang Sato, my young Hachang Nibo, Hito, not the Jun, young also. The Terran Hal Pion carried Maran, the ship go already, was only Marta Tape, Jutona, Mal Larshiba. Nga Jones Shiba, Need, Nga Sanabs Shiba, Don't tell this of the Nga the she go or tinny, don't tell Nga you didn't over Shiba dinner. That's how I took him Julie to go on that. Some dinner that in the lot of the pa, Yamnone, so like some to the Julie hot away. The little talk over the Randon Sanjay Gombang Tone, Yidun, Hoa Mato Sinki Donte, Ronka the Trucker, Jontaba. Data when the body did not even or she was. What had a ping body? Did you go so already?
During this mantra recitation, some things, something that only numbers are important, and melodies are not important, but that is a misunderstanding. So during the mantra recitation, this melodies is very important because it is related to 6 feelings. For instance, this instrument, all of these are related ears consciousness, and then this Ganachakara Tso is related to the tongue's consciousness of tongue, and so forth. So during this mantra recitation, recite with the melodies is very important. Sometimes you record that and then play it and listen that, and then it gives you a feeling. For example, if your friend sing a very sweet song for you, and then you can feel it. So that's where there is the method of mantra recitation. Don't recite mantra forcefully, but recite it through your melodious voice. And also, actually, there is 9 methods to recite mantra. But there are the important one that parts of what we have been using is first, one should realize that mantra is the Yidam deity. And then another one is one should realize that mantra is a confession that purifies obscurations. And then also one should realize that mantra is a blessing. And then, but there are very priority parts. Very important one is one should realize that mantra is a wish-fulfilled jewel. That means Bodhichitta. So Bodhichitta in Tibetan, Jangcho. So Jang means one purifies self-grasping, and then Chup means one accomplished the one's yedams, the form and speech and so forth, and the mind. So that's where then, for the sake of oneself, it purifies, mantra recitation purifies obscurations and self-cherish and so forth. For the sake of other beings, then one well accomplished Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya and so forth.
Tinta o man baby home dinner, oh, party to go not it. Party to not the new carry, Tati Mambo Coron, not Larshiba dinner. Oh, party to go new bottom corona, Malam to talk like the tobacco talk and John Dogore. Maricate corner, the tobacco to drown me by the penny. There is not really corrosion, tobacco to review, drown me by side to pass the Dogore. There is not still up, not to Jones Shiba dinner. Rangadiri, Dandi, Luati, Topa Pami, but the young, she up the Niji is so great in the Tanghakor, Rangdubata, not do Jones Shiba, the home not Larry Shiba, not do Jones Shiba, not still have the Shiba dinner, Dandi Mido, this one did, not still have the Shiba, not do Jones Shiba, not Larry Shiba, Lanko, Manusaya. 지네들 사양 뭐 서로 팩트고 그래. 때까지 라 고도로 담책이 오는 것도 담책이 당보 고도 사지에도 되니 습지 동로 습지만 제가 맞게 바른 코아마도 걸라기 습지 동제의 담자요 그래. 그 고도 쏘와 담나 고도 매우나 내 고도 담책을 가져요 그래. 이 연구요 그래. 그것도 용명을 말해. 무슨 쏘와 담을 연구래. 들이 무슨 쏘와도 고도 유제 매바 백회 요다 양 뭐소랑 이거 쏘와다면 이 소소를 뒤들이 라서 심심히 뱀배와 하고 들들이 가요리 뒤뒤 소화들랑 이게 아니라 가다 그방 다음에 봐요 거리 이치제 때 봐요 거리 이 심심히 뱀바대다 비는 라진이 갈비는 두바대 봐요 대포 탐비를 이제 마침 보여래 마디 당고 나라리 시방 나들 라리스 나도 상제리 나서 합시버들 나도 상제리 마들이 속오만 비명하더나 어찌래들이 이래들이 삼제에서 밑에 줄 삼제요 그들이 하서 합서 시바데 심진그 셈당 들라이 심제와티 할로세 이제 하디 시거들이 연구요.
And so mainly as we recite the mantra, then the mantra syllables circle around the essence seed syllable Shri. The seed syllable Shri embodies or represents boundless love, and so it is known that the Mani mantra is the mantra of the 6 paramitas. So that is known. That it is the mantra of the 6 paramitas. And so there's a few things that should be known. It should be known that the mantra is the nature of the deity. And so the nature of the deity. So the nature of this 6-syllable mantra is also the nature of the 6 tupa, the 6 Buddhas. And so which means the 6 nirmanakayas of the 6 realms. So the 6 syllables represent the 6 nirmanakayas of the 6 realms. And so as we recite the mantra and we imagine the mantra circling and radiating light, then we imagine like countless nirmanakaya Buddhas emanating outwards into the 6 realms to bring benefit. And so this also purifies self-grasping, and it has the nature of wisdom and compassion. And so we should understand these various elements of mantra recitation. One, that the mantra is the nature of the deity. The second, that it is purifying our obscurations. And the third, that it is bringing forth the blessings. And so this is also, so in the case of Chenrezig, so the deities, such as Chenrezig, have their own could say commitment, their own heart commitment. And so their heart commitment is towards benefiting beings. So as long as samsara is not been emptied of beings, their pledge, their commitment remains. And so, and we can trust this heart commitment that the deity, the wisdom deities have. It will come about, their benefit, their commitment will come about. Of course, we need to supplicate them and request them to fulfill this heart commitment. And so, but the deities will perform the benefit of sentient beings. And so, and we, of course, are visualizing ourselves as the deity to invoke that heart commitment as well. And so, as we practice, we can increasingly develop this longing faith and also trusting faith that it will bring benefit to sentient beings, both oneself and other beings. And so again, we can understand that the mantra has the nature of the deity, that the mantra is in its essence love and affection, and that the mantra is also bringing blessings. And so this will bring blessings and benefit to the minds of all sentient beings. So there are 9 different ways we can sort of explain a mantra recitation.
Meva machile ngai to bande shidu to parate lamsang chile de samsadi de ngao to bande yo mari de de le sa je le de nyu mo to bade nyu mo ba le sa ngai le sa je de jo dan ji ge le sa je sam ni je ge jang le ju ba cha to bade ba cha da da lo lo so so shedan ra so nya wa to cha to lo de ba ra da to jor ta ji shedan ra so ge 타타지 때문에 삼년제 줄래 가도를 봐 이놈 때문에 대사 삼년제던 저기 기초 고도를 세면 되와다 인지도 막 너바 매와 제가 매바 되로 대박차리 그러니까 좀 물론 뭐 진짜다 디바트션 수바스는 되니 주선을 되면 물론 뭐죠 더 고소 좀 잡을 좀 봐줘야 되니 물론 더 때때 출연체 야 주선 dimba 되는 로주랑 토리를 롱주 야 좀 주바라 되다 도서 뭐 돈지 발라다가 머리 용띠 삼치 토리 대서 용띠 되다 요리 내가 박차를까 뭐 개월 박차를 된 소리선 먹여 박차 떠먹고는 다 들고 박차 떠먹고는 샘직 빠져 들으셨나 그때 당서 박차를 이제 다다다 머리랑 nga 린다와 이들 된다 다다 동에 용요고 요래 이 류도 박차 다 하고 류도 박차 다 정말 야통답을 차앙을 야통답을 차라서 이래지 딱 봐서 사람들이 끼끼끼를 지내요. 이렇게들 남저기 버감이 지네들 이 사람들 샘도 메롱랑이 샘도 메롱랑이 샘고 이제리 죽거래 이렇게 메롱을 지네들 이렇게 살고 그래. 나이도 말은 소만매 박차 독도 따돌로 도와야 야고는 나이도 말 떡주든 아니들이 이 파종 습지도 패고 sab이 뒤자서 지네들이 있던 남장들이 류 박차 용요에 나한테 많은 데로 용보다 또 바로서로 삼바데 니지 자래 사람들이 자고 차 용을 이 박차 다지 니지 메가대요 누가 이쯤 들바지 첫디는 대수는 누구요래 때문에 유모 보고 봐도 레귤러 다 탐제 지내는 창조래 드바장 나 드종세 봐지 오 류지네도 그 다테 지네도 고 엄마는 베베송나 누가 이쯤 그 드바데면 이 sem으로 싸마 차한 거요래 sem으로 싸마 차라들이 sem은 있으면 또 나머지 죽어지 이 sem도 죽어래 다 속들로 그런 거 지네도 야소라기 다다 지네도 고면되나들이 바르돌이 스마트도 지네도 걸랑다 미서 걸로 걸로 돌도 그래 바르돌로 걸로 돌도 그래 대답은 봐 나타나 이거 도도 세고 딱 깨달을 왜 깨를 대답하고 그래
So it is also explained that mantra recitation purifies our obscurations. And so when we talk about purifying obscurations, what are the obscurations? We have the karmic obscurations, the cognitive obscurations, and the imprints, the obscurations that are imprints. And so basically the the cognitive obscuration is like, this belief, this concretization of I am. And so we purify that by visualizing ourselves as Chenrezig, imagining and visualizing ourselves, realizing ourselves as Chenrezig purifies that cognitive obscuration of clinging to the sense of self. And then the karmic obscuration, we can also call it the obscuration of the afflictive emotions or kleshas. Based on kleshas, we accumulate karma. This all resides on self-clinging, and so by transforming our self-clinging, we can transform it by practicing love and compassion. Love and generating love and compassion purifies our self-clinging and self-grasping. And then there's also the obscurations of the subtle imprints, the habitual patterns. And so, for example, the imprint left by anger results in the experience of a hell realm or a hell being. And so we can purify that as well with love and compassion, meditating on the mind and meditating on the in a way generating the intention to never harm other beings, generating the mind of harmlessness, non-violence, and so these also purify those imprints in the mind, and so and by and so also by making the aspiration that all other beings may attain the precious human form, and having attained the precious human form, meet with the Dharma. And then, having met with the Dharma, purify their imprints. And so, by practicing virtue, for example, one attains the forms of the three higher realms of samsara. Whereas the non-virtue results in the experience of the three lower realms of samsara. And so purifying that. And then now reflecting, okay, the ones who have currently achieved a precious human life, then still there can be this sense of me or I. This is me, this is, I have attained the precious human life. And so we also can purify that habitual tendency or imprint of the body. How do we purify that imprint of taking a form in a physical body? By meditating on the nature of form or of the body as like a rainbow. And so by meditating on the nature of the body is to be like a rainbow. And so in this way we meditate on our own form as the form of Chenrezig, which is appears like a rainbow. And so we meditate that what we consider to be myself, my mind, is Chenrezig. We also meditate on our mind having the nature of a mirror. Our mind is like a mirror. The nature of the mind, the ground of the mind, is the Dharmakaya. And in the context of that nature, that's the fundamental ground or nature. But then this sense of self that we generate and we cling to, it's like locking ourselves in a tiny little prison cell. It's like a self-created prison. This self-clinging or grasping, and so and we're always locked in this prison as long as there's this grasping to the sense of self. And so how do we work with this? Then we would say, I want to break out of this prison. I must benefit sentient beings. And so to break out of the prison of self-grasping and bring benefit to beings, then we meditate and recite the mantra of Chenrezig. And this then purifies the imprint of the physical body. It also purifies the imprints of the mind. By meditating on love and compassion, we purify the imprints of the mind as well, and overcome the dualistic fixation of self and other. So in brief, this mantra recitation practice purifies the imprints of body, speech, and mind, and the afflictive emotions. And so this is what is meant by purifying the obscurations. And so by meditating on Chenrezig and reciting the mantra, then we purify the imprint of the physical body and clinging to the body by visualizing as Chenrezig. Reciting the mantra is purifying the speech, and it also cleanses the mind. Cleanses or purified the mind, and that results finally in the non-dual state of Dharmakaya. And when this non-dual state of Dharmakaya can be realized, then we can also achieve liberation in the Bardo, in the Sambhogakaya form. And so this is something we can come to understand by examining our own. We should explore and investigate our own mind, use our intelligence to investigate our own mind.
The sort of the Sangha, the yin han, young Magada, so don't say yes. So the Hatamakurji, the guy yet, the so the number yes, on dinner, Gayer and dead over the so don't say Janet Hakosana, the Sangha, you la, Tam Chig, the top the Hingboard over there, Zerja, the Dirjabil, the Devil Mambo, the test of the law. So don't say the young and the law. Lama tabjir kachi jona sisona chikpa so mugu yore the song tabjir the lang ton dam de chik the tatok saje de bar ton chik chupong je saje de bar chik sum chuji bo je se je don tatok saje de je to da ton chik ba to yo mare sangye de kare sango da yi ni de sango da ho da sango re da nga ma dok sa na oh 다 우리 konto yo 말이 매발 요 발음 저게 요래 셈을 나지니 요 말에 고주 하고 뭐 하야 가야 하고 때라고 삼 좋았게 되라 데리들이 탁탁들이 상주들이 나지니지 상존들이 셈는 남판하기 운이랑 상차고 요래 셈코로 내려들 공자들 실내 상통공들 상통 따와서 하고나 쌀 동지 셉사오디 요래 그러면 동지는 남가다 예배바 차들 남가라 니오로만 세르다 계시배바 동 타마더니 하고도 그래 대 하고들 들이잖아 마사마게 대승무요래 대 하고서는 비박가리도 살기 셔벅감이 되니 다다디 내 값음송 대 다톡니 초가 와서 다톡니 리지가와데 셈코는 거라 아시래 리지가와데 감니 리지가와데 내리 값소니 무슨 오래 값는 가들이 니 톡 감니 뺏어받지 못하러 그래 대 셈이제 톨랩로 셈코는 이제 톨랩로 들이 이도 빼지 모래 들이 처형만 하는 처럼 거래 뭐람 그값 용조가 값 잘롱냐면 이제 또 뭐냐면 이제는 가지는 타토 가와티 오 다티 리지가 와서 리지가 와서 셈코는 거 아시디 가리마도 가지니 용요 말에 셈코는 거 아시디 토를 버들이 처럼 되셔는 자투치도 예배마 차로 리지가 와지 타토 상지 고모 되라 드니다 보아자 우리 소름 보아자디 세고 제 나옥 마체 대입안에 다티 이제 토를 내려래 깔람산의 세단가, 말람산은 노창가, 나람산은 따먹가는 이게 토를 이제 사제다 람사제, 그 이제 토를 가면 또 사자체 보고 오시나, 이 토를 내다 하고는 들이 죽을 상제에 놓을, 뭐 죽을 깨질 상제에 놓을, 이제 상제 대신이 못해, 람제 사제 때 하고 마타들이 쌀 마흔 채 독독신이 쌀 마흔 채 이제 쌀 마타고 남과타고 되라. 남자에서 대모 시송아 파셈나 가르 템송하는 게 자로 여러분서 마음에 내 값좀 드리다다디 나사마키 남들이 가지 걸못해 지송에서 뭐요래 나님마가 다 홀로 이제 뭐다 나도 나한테 코르트바데 니바데 샘들 듣고 걸 코르트바를 한편 코르트바데 니바 니반지 바들은 나래들이 하던 요구 먹어보고 니반지 바지 들이들이 왜저 토르바데 다 어저 저 삼제가 삼바체미지 삼제를 가와체미지 들이들이 드바서 들이랑지 삼제라래 이제 대신 뭐 요리 람산 족세고 예도를 나면서 들이 타톡들이지 선지 삼지 사제에서 하고 어떻게 요래 들이 임하게 못하자지 나다를 좀 한가지고 가서 거에 말할 때도 망고서 거 대담으로 대담이 책들이 고 같은 세우더니 타톡 눈이 찍고 봐도 뭐도 가이 박차다 하고도 없어 박차들이 하장 남편 요구 가버가들이 선남도 담진 가르들이 대답을 내는데 하장 골로 때 몇번 보고 거든 들이랑들이 다 초가가 와대 초아대 지형을 대그들이 다테니 레지가 와서 다도게 드친송을 들이랑지 담지 사제리 자고 나도 너바시로래 랑드바시들이 이나시도 고요래 하장 사고대 남절제대 양당 마사마가 남절제 가와제 나잉마거든이 니르이라 예 띠띠 양당양도 로직이 rolling 대전 문에들 말이들 문에들 그 거래지 선들 오 셔버걸 적자요 말이 바도 페이지도 가래 페이지도 오 아마 바도 전화 하고서 주거를 놓고서 라티나 다 하고서 주거를 상기해서 내담을 라티나 로거를 상기해서 때문에 산책 접촉을 되는 토리섬을 들이 계속 그 요래 손톱과 고가 덮고 요래 대도 하고 요래 그때 양당양도 돌리는 저와들이 음악이 소식 가볍게 인통들 그저 하여튼 가르쳐 버리 문이 자는 것은 손손을 넣어도 요 말이 너도 말이 적더니 살고래 그다음에 대화때 대 저디 내 찍고도 삼지 코나리 얘기가 뭐지 너희 저스고 나한테 나만 내려 나한테 반대 마음이 용말 대하고는 너희 정한테 말해서 내가 요담이 딱게 당 뒤지들이 담에디 마음바를 양단한테 돌리는 여신이 담자리 쇼지
So then, also within the Nyingma system of talking about development stage practice, and we have what we call the 4 stakes that bind the life force. And so from the Sarma, or the New Translation School perspectives, we have the explanation of mantra, recitation, and development stage according to the 4 joys, which are associated with the 4 yogas of Mahamudra. And from the Nyingma system, they have an explanation called the 4 stakes that bind the life force. And so if we can understand then this, then we can understand all sadhanas, whether they are found within the Nyingma or the Sarma traditions. And so to understand these 4 stakes that bind the life force, these principles of development stage practice, then I encourage you to read books about it. They're explained in various books about the 4 stakes by learned and accomplished lamas who have explained them. So I encourage you to read those and to understand more deeply the explanation. And so, there's so many different Dharma teachings, so many different Dharma doors, 84,000 is said. They all come down to what? To accomplishing awakening, accomplishing the level of Buddhahood. So in the Tibetan, the word for Buddha is Sangye, purifying and expanding. Sang, which means to purify. So what is it that's being purified? in the accomplishment of Buddhahood. It is the clinging onto self and other, which is all based on self-clinging. It's all based on concretizing, taking the sense of self to be real and grasping to it. And so, in the end, there is no self to cling to, and when that self-grasping falls away, the mind will be seen to be like the sky. And then immediately, as soon as self-grasping falls away, immediately the sky-like nature of the mind will be apparent. And so this is something we need to understand. And so then on the path, we go through the stages of shamatha and vipassana, calm abiding and insight meditation. So for example, when we meditate on vipassana, on insight meditation, then it is taught that the mind is the unity of clarity and emptiness, or lucidity and emptiness. What is emptiness? What does it mean to say that the mind is empty? Empty is like the space. It is like the sky or like space. Once we realize that sky-like or space-like empty quality of the mind, then we'll be able to understand everything. And so also these are explained in terms of the nekapsum, like the three occasions. The three occasions, 3 moments, yeah. So as an explanation of the practice according to that. So so then in the end, we end up with, what do we end up with according to the Sarma explanation? We end up with innate joy, spontaneous or innate joy. And so so then these 3 moments is like the moment of the waking, sleeping, and also the experience of samadhi, being in meditative equipoise. And so these are associated, this explanation of the 4 joys is associated with tsalong practice, the practice of the winds and the channels. And this culminates, as we move through the 4 joys, in what's called innate joy, naturally occurring or innate joy. So this is a natural quality of the mind. It's naturally present, spontaneously present in the mind. And we can say this is an experience of like the ice melting, the ice having melted. So in the end, this brings us to the state of awakening or Buddhahood. And so, so then also it is described, between the outer, so at the time of dying, when the outer breath has ceased, but the inner breath has not yet ceased. Then it is said that the Buddha of the path and the Buddha of the ground can come together. So this is sort of a explanation according to the Mahamudra tradition. And so in that, when that experience can be realized, then it is said that if we can recognize the Dharmakaya, then in one moment Buddhahood can be attained, in the very moment that the ground awakening, ground Buddha can be recognized, or the Dharmakaya can be recognized. And so the ground of the Buddha is the Buddha nature fully unobscured in its original form. And so this is also described as the mother meeting the mother luminosity, meeting the ground luminosity. It's also described as the mother and child luminosity meeting. And so this is then when the child and the mother luminosity meet, there's this sky-like experience of the ground luminosity. And so these are, so the development stage can be explained in terms of these three moments. So once again, the sarma, or the new transmission approach, involves explaining in terms of the four joys, and the nyingma, or the old approach, in terms of the approach, close approach, accomplishment, and great accomplishment. And so then at the time of accomplishment, we have the four immeasurables, and the growing realization of the Buddha nature of all sentient beings. All sentient beings being, in fact, Buddhas in their essence, and then also the realization that all appearances are the nature of the deity, all sounds the nature of mantra, and all thoughts the nature of wisdom or dharmakaya. And so, so in the end, then this can purify all imprints in the mind. So the thoughts of the mind need to cease. The continuity of conceptual grasping needs to cease, and this can cease in the supreme joy, and then which culminates in innate or spontaneous joy, and the great accomplishment level, which helps to manifest the nature of all sentient beings as the Buddha. So this is a really profound. These are really profound explanations of mantra recitation and development stage practice. And so the new schools of Tibetan Buddhism explain mantra recitation according to the four joys and the four yogas. And so again, comparing that explanation with the nyingma explanation again and again, looking at them back and forth, discussing their differences in learning is very important. And also coming to understand how they relate to our experience of the bardos, and how liberation can occur in the bardo. What level of realization allows us to liberate in the dharmakaya in the bardo. How, for example, can this be associated with liberating as the sambhogakaya in the bardo? So those can all be learned. And bodhicitta, just generating sincere bodhicitta can also close off the gateways to the three lower realms. So again and again, to study these, to learn these, to contemplate these profound points is so very important. And so even just the four immeasurables, wishing all beings to have happiness and the cause of happiness, being love, and wishing all beings to be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. What is the cause of suffering? The cause of suffering is the sense of self, me, the I. And so we have to remove that. We have to overcome that, because the sense of self and self-grasping is the very cause of suffering. So I think I'll stop here for today.
$29.
Sobhava Yedava Dombenale Ramjin Yedam Zoso Wananga Mayeda Yonsa Jervale Judena Ramjin Domba Namba Jud Sile Same Jedi Chudriya Samje Majabaju.
From emptiness arise a drum syllable that transforms into a precious container. The initial letters of each of the offerings appears and then transforms into the offering substances with the nature of emptiness. Through contemplation, they transform into an unlimited cloud of offerings, which house the power to produce never-ending happiness.
Om Benza Agama Om Benza Badenga Om Benza Dube Aho Om Benza Dube Aho Om Benza Aloke Aho Om Benza Gende Aho Om Benza Nevede Aho Om Benza
Your 1,000 arms are the 1,000 Chakravartin kings. Your 1,000 eyes are the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate aeon, manifesting whatever is needed to train those to be trained. I praise and prostrate to Tsumpa Chenrezig. To all those worthy of praise, I always bow down with bodies countless as dust particles. I praise you with the supreme faith. Page 24 in the smaller red Chenrezig text.
Lama Ranzan Zawa Samje Tujuga Tamche Chende Badar Suna Sanla Wanka Gudra Zor Chele
From the life force, the home at the heart of myself manifests as the deity. Light radiates, imploring the gurus, knowledge holders, and the three brutes' mind streams. When every one of them has come like gathered clouds, blessed empowerment in cities are bestowed and activities are accomplished. From the very state that is completely pure and free of elaboration appear the principle and retinue, self-dynamism of unhalting compassion. Send down upon this place the resplendence of your body, speech, and mind, and grant the 5 wisdoms supreme empowerment.
Om Mane Padme Hum Mahakarunika Sarva Sama Om Mane Padme Hum Arabadame Doshendaya So
주도는 바니 내가 요래 나 속도 편하니 거기 샘 내가 요래 룸에 가는 나 요래 제거 찾아가는 룸에 되게 다간데 나는 요거 요래 라마 탐지 샘도 가는 요래랑 다라만 이제 속도 메타바리고 좀 왔다고 상고래.
Hello, Dharma friends. My body is in my retreat heart, but my mind is here. That's where I place this image with the light here. So where the spiritual master's mind is always with us, and the form is actually like impermanence, is like an illusory body. So you should understand this.
Please stay for announcements.